Ayn. Welcome, brothers and sisters, to the shades of the biography of Nabi Muhammad ﷺ and some hints of the pillars of Islam and the wisdom and the pillars of Iman and how Muslims respect and revere the prophets of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala all. I'm Abdullrahman Al-Tammami from Riyadh, the Global Commission for Introducing the Messenger Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. We try to introduce the biography of Nabi Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam throughout the world, to tell the people who is Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam and who is about his biography, his akhlaq, behavior, his traits, to people who don't know him sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and to present simple Islam. What does it mean? Here it's about some issues in Sirah, but if you talk about that Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he was born on Monday, the 9th of Rabi' al-Awwal in the year 571 in the Gregorian date. The first year of the elephant year. At that time they call it Amul Fil, the elephant year, where the king of Yemen sent an army with elephants to destroy the Kaaba. You know the story? Yeah. When the elephant came to the borders of Mecca, the elephant sat down. They pushed him to go forward to Mecca, he refused. They pushed the elephant to go east, he would go. West, he would go. To Yemen, he would go. But north to Mecca, he stopped. Afterwards, Allah sent them stones from heaven with birds. This is recorded in Surah. What's the surah? Suratul Al-Fil, the elephant. The name of the chapter of Quran. This is Surah Al-Fil, to describe that year and that incident that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protected his sacred house, Baytullah or Al-Kaaba. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protects his house, but we need to work for this deen, to give da'wah and to give others the hidayah. His grandfather chose him a good name. This name was by a dream. Even his mother saw the dream to give him the name of Muhammad. It's the first time to give that name. What is the name of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam in Bible? Ahmad. Very good. His name in the Bible is Ahmad, and in Quran Muhammad, and he was circumcised on the 7th day. The pillars of Islam. Any non-Muslim here? Yeah, what are the pillars of Islam? Shahada, Hajj, prayer, fasting, and one, zakah. Zakah. Zakah is the second one or the third. To pay, it's a kind of charity, but it's compulsory on the wealthy people who can save some money. Alaykum salam. But the most important pillar is what? Shahada. La ilaha illallah is the key to Islam. The whole universe is built on that meaning, in that theme, which is the oneness of Allah. Allah created this universe only. He is the only creator. Therefore, we should all worship one creator, which is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And Allah is very jealous. He will forgive all sins except association, partners with Allah, or shirk. Allah doesn't accept anyone to, any human beings or whatever, or jinns, to worship other than Him. He is the creator and He deserves worship alone. Therefore, the key to Islam is to say, La ilaha illallah. What does that mean? What's the meaning of La ilaha illallah? Huh? Yes. Give me an answer. Try. No? No God other than Allah. Or no other deity that deserves worship or to be worshipped except Allah as the creator. La ilaha illallah. Truly deserves worship only is Allah. La ma'buda bihaqqin illallah. And to believe also in His messenger, Prophet Muhammad sallam, as the last messenger, the sealing prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. This is the key to Islam. If you believe in that, He is the only creator and He is the only one to deserve worship, and Muhammad is the last prophet, the sealing prophet, then you are entering the wide circle of Islam. There is a wide circle of Islam for all Muslims. Then smallest one, which is Iman or faith. We will come to that. And the very smallest one is perfection. The top, to surrender your face willingly to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala alone, which is ihsan. The 5 pillars of Islam: Shahada, that Muhammad is messenger, and to perform the 5 daily prayers: Subuh, Dhuhr, Asr, Maghrib, and Isha. These are the 5 compulsory prayers or salah. You can add if you want, but they are optional. If you want more reward from Allah, you can pray them. Then to pay zakah. Paying zakah for the wealthy or people who can save. It's 2.5 out of your annual savings. For example, your salary is 5,000 ringgit. By the end of the year, you saved 10,000 ringgit for 1 year. Out of that 10,000, you take 2.5% of that 10,000 if you are saving them for 1 year, which is 250 ringgits. But if you can't save, your salary is 10,000, but you cannot save, you have a big family, okay? He is almost balance zero. It's okay. He doesn't give zakah. His salary is 15,000 ringgit. It's a big family, fathers, parents, and he spends a lot. At the end of the month, he is zero balance. He needs, we give him charity. You see, even if he receives 15,000 ringgit. But that one, 5,000, but he's wealthy now. He has more. He can give zakah. That's the concept of sharing or the finance and money in Islam, that we need to help and look for the needy and the poor. It's compulsory. It's not our choice. We need to look forward, to look anxiously for the poor, to give him, because we want to fulfill our pillar of Islam, to give him zakah. The right of Allah and our money. Who gave us the money? Allah. Who gave us life, many blessings, eyesight, hearings, touch, tongue, your tongue, all the time talking, this good muscle, restlessly, all the time, blessings from Allah. Your heart, do you measure your heart to beat in 70 or 90 a minute? It's from Allah. Many blessings, as Allah mentioned in Quran. If you count the blessings of Allah, you will not enumerate them. You cannot. Many blessings from Allah. The air, the oxygen. If you stay in the hospital for 1 month on oxygen, you will pay about 15,000 ringgits. Now we take it free from Allah. There are many blessings you cannot think of. Many blessings. The fourth one, to fast the month of Ramadan. You fast for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. From dawn, the twilight, before sunrise, almost 1 hour or something before sunrise, the dawn, or the beginning of the white twilight, till sunset, Maghrib. This time you stop eating, drinking, and sexual relations to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This month is the holy month of Ramadan for Muslims. All devils and shaitans satans are chained, especially the strongest and the bad devil shaitans, to help people to work actively in this month. The gates and the doors of Jannah or paradise are opened to receive more deeds and a'mal from the people. The fifth one, which is the last one, to perform Hajj once in your life. Once in your life, alhamdulillah. If you are able and capable financially and healthy, well-being. If you are wealthy and you are capable of going to Mecca, it is compulsory. If you cannot, it's acceptable from you. You should not go if you don't have enough money or you are not well enough. 2 conditions. This is, this is Mecca, huh? This is the Kaaba. This is the house of Allah. Who built this house? No. Ibrahim alayhi salam and his son Ishmael. Therefore Ibrahim alayhi salam and his son Ismail. Ismail is the father of Arabs, our father. Here, tell Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. This is another chain. But all the other prophets will come, inshaAllah. All other prophets, Jewish and Christian prophets, are from the descendants of Ibrahim alayhi salam, Ishaq, Yaqub, and the 12 disciples. For example, Yahya or John the Baptist, Zachariah, are the descendant of Levi or Lawi. Yusuf, Yunus, Matta. It's a blessed tree. Sharkeen. This is my daughter, and she wants to
السلام عليكم. السلام عليكم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Pillars of faith, Arkan al-Iman. 1. To believe in Allah. And 2. His angels, al-Malaika. 3. His books, the books of Ibrahim, the pillar, new and old, the psalms of David, and the Holy Quran. 4. His messengers, al-Anbiya. 5. The last day. And 6. Deity, good and bad from Allah. 3rd, perfections, that's mean al-ihsan, to worship Allah as if He see Him. And if you can't reach this level, know that He is watching you. Will you worship Him? This meaning of perfections. My messengers, that mean ulul azm. First Nuh, then second Ibrahim, third Musa, fourth Jesus, Isa. The last one, Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam.
Problems from the nations. Noah stayed 950 years. Noah. Thank you, Sarah. We will come back to you, huh? But you help me. This is Noah. Noah, alayhi salam. They call him the second father. The first father is Adam. But after the flood, you know the flood that came to humanity, that flood took all except Japheth, Sam, Ham. Canaan was drowned. He refused to come to the ship with Nuh alayhi salam and the believers. It's a long story. You can find it in the Quran also, documented. But the descendant, the new generation of all people, yani my grandfather and your grandfather are brothers. Sam is the all prophets from Sam that are known prophets in Quran. But ulama say maybe there are some prophets from Ham and Japheth went to Africa and went to Eastern Asia, Chinese, Japanese, Malay, from Japheth. Peace be upon them all. But what are mentioned in Quran are the descendant of Sam. You know, Semitic. It's not only the Jews Semitic. We are also Semitic. From Sam. But it's just for media that's only Jews Semitic. But all the descendants of Arab, because see, Ismail and all the descendants of Arabs are from that branch. Those 5 prophets, Noah, Ibrahim, Musa, and Isa, and Muhammad with red, are the 5 prophets that faced a lot of problems, and they endured a lot of problems from the nations. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned them specially. And if you go to the Quran and read the Quran, you will find it full of the stories of Jesus and Moses and Ibrahim. The names of Jesus, Moses, and Ibrahim are more doubled than Muhammad. Some people say that Quran is from Muhammad. Did you hear that? But if it is from Muhammad, he will write his name. But this Quran is from Allah. Allah mentioned other stories. It's not the stories of Muhammad. The stories of Muhammad are very few. His name is mentioned 4 times to know the rights of Prophet Muhammad. But Moses 25. Jesus was more than this, to tell the stories of the sufferings. Or Noah, how his story with his people, and he suffered a lot, how he faced the problems from them. Therefore, our iman is incomplete unless we believe in those 6 pillars. Who can say them again? What are the pillars of faith? Islam is the biggest circle. Then faith or iman, the pillars of iman. The very smallest one is what? Ihsan. What are the pillars of iman? جيب الشنطة هذيك اللي فيها جوائز هناك. The car. Is it open? Yes. Pillars of iman. Give me 1, 2, 3. To believe in the books. In God, Allah. Have you memorized it in Arabic? أن تؤمن بالله وملائكته وكتبه ورسله وباليوم الآخر وبالقدر خيره وشره. Some, when they go to Islamic schools, they memorize it in Arabic. To believe in Allah, books, His angels, malaika, messengers, the last day after death, the hereafter, and the day of judgment. But what is the last day? Al-Qadha wal-Qadar. Predestination. Okay? There are some gifts. We will give you something little for the ladies and for the men for their wives. Because we want, today's, is it the mother of the day? But in Islam, it's all the year, it's the mother of the day. It's not just one day. Okay? Someone gave us an answer, and someone told us here an answer. Huh? Who said Al-Anbiya? You said books. And who said something? You forgot? We will keep it later. Al-Qadar. You said Al-Qadar or? Al-Qadar. Okay. Next time we will listen from the ladies. To believe in Allah. Allah is very important, to believe in Allah alone, as we mentioned first. But here, it's a higher stage. To fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. To know that He's watching you. He's the great. You know all His attributes. The all-knowing, all-hearing. The most powerful. Angels. You know the angels. What are the main angels? The main malaika? Gabriel. Israfil, yeah, the name is. And Mikael. Mikael, those are mentioned in Quran. Okay. We'll give you, what do you prefer, white or red? White. Good. Is it silver? They say silver, huh? Silver color. Jibril and Mikael are the top of the minute. Jibril is responsible of taking the words of Allah to human beings, to the prophets, Muhammad and other messengers. This is his job or profession, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and peace be upon him. And all the malaika, all the angels have their function and profession. Someone is regarding the clouds, the wind, the rain, helping people, protecting people. The main hadith, which is about the Islam and Iman and Ihsan. And the Prophet ﷺ is responding and answering. When he left, Nabi Muhammad ﷺ, Prophet, asked the companions, do you know him? They said, no. They said, he's Jibreel, he came to teach you. They look for him, but he disappeared. But sometimes, Prophet Muhammad ﷺ saw him once, as Allah created him. He covered the whole horizon with 600 wings. He's very great in creation, alayhi salam. Jibreel is the top of the malaika. We should believe in malaika. And we should believe also in his books. What are the books? First, the books of Ibrahim, the books or the Psalms of Dawood or David, and Torah, which is the Old Testament for the Jews, the New Testament for the Christians, and the book of Quran, which is for Muslims. We should believe in them all. But we know that the Gospel or Bible has been changed or distorted. As Allah mentioned in Quran, that the priests and the monks of the Christian people changed the word of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Therefore, what is available now, it's not the true. We don't know, is it there a mixture of the word of Allah and some changes. Therefore, we should not reject some parts of Torah unless it contradicts the Quran. If it contradicts Quran, we reject it. If it does not, we are not sure. Is it the word of Allah or the word of people? But we believe that Allah sent the books to Moses and to Jesus, peace be upon him. To believe in the 5 books of Quran. And what is next? The sisters. To believe in Allah, His angels, His books, and messengers, and you. And the judgment day, راح يعطيها واحد. And قضاء and qadar. Jazakallah khair. Thank you, sister. She deserves one also. Here, the messenger of Allah, as we said, the top of them is, what are the top of them? 5 messengers. Our iman is not complete, is incomplete unless we believe in Jesus, Moses, and all prophets. All the prophets, especially the 5 ones, and the descendants of Ibrahim alayhi salam, then Ishaq, then Yaqub. Yaqub is the father of the 12 disciples, Al-Asbat. We call them in Arabic Al-Asbat, and they are the 12 disciples, the fathers of the Jewish messengers, Jewish messengers. It's Rabiul, Sham'un, Lawi, Yasakir, Zaylun, Ja'id, Yehuda. Yehuda is the eldest, the father of Dawood and Sulaiman. And Zubair or Psalms, Jusha or Yusha bin Nun, Ibrahim, and Yusuf is the father of Yunus. Yunus, you know his country? It is in Syria. And there is a beautiful story. It happened to the Prophet. Prophet Muhammad sallam, when he gave da'wah in Mecca, in his country, in this country, the people of Quraysh kicked him out once. He went to next city, which is Taif. Still now, it's on the top of the mountain. It's very cold. When he went there, also they kicked him out and throw him with the stones. He went to a farm and sit in the shade of the wall of the farm. The owners of the farm are from Mecca. They knew him. They are relatives of him. Nabi Muhammad is from the tribe of Quraysh. But the majority of Quraysh tribe were not Muslims and they rejected Muhammad. His cousins, some of his uncles, his far cousins, they saw him and they knew him. He's a far relative of them. They felt sorry for him because he was kicked by the stones, but they did not believe in him. Their name is Utbah ibn Rabi'ah, the owner of that farm, with grapes. They told their servant, who is Christian, they don't know, he's Christian, he told them, take some grapes in a pot and give it to Muhammad. No, they didn't say Muhammad, give it to that person. This servant who's Christian, do you know his name? His name is Addas. Addas. He took the grapes and he gave it to the Prophet as a gift. Because Nabi Muhammad ﷺ does not accept charity as a gift. He took a gift, and Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, when he started eating, what did he say? Bismillah. The Christian guy said, it's a strange word. The people here, they don't say Bismillah. Who taught you this? He said, I'm a prophet. He said, who are you? He said, I am Addas. He said, where are you from? He said, I'm from Nainawa. Nainawa is the borders of Syria and Iraq. He said, Nainawa. Nabi Muhammad ﷺ said, yes, Nainawa is the city of the pious man, the good man, Yunus. That Christian guy said, do you know Yunus? Prophet Yunus said, yes, he's my brother. We are brothers. Then Addas starting hugging him and kissing him. The owner wasn't happy. When Addas believed in Muhammad, the people of Quraysh and people of Taif rejected Muhammad ﷺ, but Addas, the servant, the only reward for Nabi Muhammad. He is only the man who accepted Islam. And Nabi Muhammad ﷺ was happy because he saved him from the hellfire. Addas believed in Muhammad ﷺ, and when Utbah, the owner of the farm, he is not a Muslim, he said, don't follow him. Your religion is better than him. He said, no. He knows something secret. The people doesn't know him. He knows the chain of the prophets and he's a prophet. And he believed in him. This is a reward from Allah to Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, that Addas, this Christian guy who proved that Nabi Muhammad ﷺ is a prophet, and he believed in him, as we said, in messengers. The last day, we should believe in the last days after death. When we die, we will be resurrected, al-ba'th wal-nushur, and the final justice will take place. The final justice will take place at that time. Allah in the Supreme Court of Allah at that day will take place. We should believe in that. In the day of judgment, Allah will be the King of Kings at that time, judging for all kings, and presidents will be before him, Almighty subhanahu wa ta'ala. We should believe in that. This is higher than Islam, a faith or iman. And to believe in the destiny or predestination, good and bad, from Allah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala predestinated and ordained everything in this life 50,000 years back. Allah all knowing. The knowledge of Allah is so huge compared to our knowledge nothing. Allah taught us everything. Therefore, we cannot think about this issue. Is very difficult. Predestination, preordainment. Our brain cannot go deep in that, but we know that everything is set by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and we have the free will to choose bad or good. Therefore, Allah will take us accountable to our free choice, either to take bad or good path. It is up to us to decide. Therefore, we should ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to support us to be among those who chose the straight path or the good path. These are the pillars of Iman, and the smallest circle is Ihsan. What's the meaning of Ihsan? What's the meaning of Ihsan? To, yes, sincerity, al-ikhlas, and my daughter said it earlier, and it was there. Yes. To worship Allah, أعطيها واحد. To worship Allah, to just make some motivation. أن تعبد الله كأنك تراه. To worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as seeing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And if not, you should know that Allah is watching you. This is a fear of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, a piety that's planted in your heart. These are the prophets of Ulul Azm. Who can say them again? What are the prophets, the strong prophets? Ibrahim, Moses, the first father, and Noah. Yes, take one. Jazakallah khair. Noah is the second father of the humanity. You see, as I told you earlier, Japheth is for Asia, especially from let's say the Malay and Koreans, Japanese, Chinese, and Sam and Ham is Africa, the Africans, and Sam, and sometimes some historians say that Japheth also for the Europeans, or mixture, Sam and Japheth for the Europeans, but Sam are the descendants of Arabs. These are the main messengers. The family of Umran. Do you know the family of Umran? The wife of Imran, it's the mother of Mary, daughter of Imran. Mary, peace be upon her, the mother of Jesus. She's the mother of Jesus, peace be upon them all. And John, or Yahya in Arabic, is the son of Zechariah. Jesus, son of Mary and daughter of Imran, and John is John's mother and Jesus' mother are sisters. They are aunts. Therefore, Jesus is a relative of John the Baptist. It's a pious family. Allah gave them a chapter in Quran, which is Ali Imran, the third surah, which is one of the longest surah, that talks about Zechariah, how he sponsored Maryam or Mary and her mother. He looked after Mary the Virgin, and how she delivered Jesus, peace be upon her. Jesus was the word of Allah, the word of God, taken by Jibril and was sent to the womb of Mary. Some historians say it's put here. He looked like a blow, the word of Allah, and Mary, and she got pregnant with no father. With no father. It's a miracle. Adam was created with no father, no mother. And Jesus, as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in the Quran, Jesus is like Adam. Why don't you accept Jesus? If you know that Adam has no mother, no father, Jesus at least has one mother, has a mother, but no father. It's a word of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The delivery of Jesus was mentioned in Quran in the verse, in the chapter 3 verse 33 to 48, and chapter 19. Chapter 19 is by the name of Mary, Maryam, Surah Maryam. It is the verse of 16 to 36. She was virgin, and when she got pregnant, she was so embarrassed. How is she going to face her people? Because when she was, the story goes back, her mother, when she was pregnant with Maryam, she devoted her, said, "Oh Allah, let the baby in my son to be devoted to the worship of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala." Okay? But when she gave birth, she was a female baby. Allah accepted that. She was expecting to have a baby, male baby, to be in the service of the temple or the masjid or whatsoever. But it was a lady, but Allah accepted her. She was in seclusion, away from men, for the service and worship of Allah. She was virgin, untouched, very clean lady. When she was pregnant, she was shocked and embarrassed, and she wished to die. As Allah mentioned in the Quran, I wish to die rather to face my people and nation. What I'm going to say to them. When she was pregnant, she secluded herself, concealed herself away from the people. When she delivered, she said, I wish I would die. But after she delivered, a sound from down, from the bottom, talked, "Oh Mary, I'm the slave of Allah, the servant of Allah," which is Jesus. Allah will give me the book, will make me a prophet. Allah will teach me how to pray and to pay zakah. And Allah will send me. And he was addressing his mother Mary, go to your people, don't talk. She carried the baby, she went to her people out of her seclusion. And when the Jews saw the baby with Mary, they were shocked and surprised. What happened, Mary? You are clean, untouched, virgin lady. What happened? Your parents are clean and pious. She didn't talk. Who talked instead? The baby, the newborn baby. He said, I'm the servant of Allah. Allah sent me with pious, with wisdom to the people. It was a miracle. Then they believed her and that she is a virgin. This is the story of Jesus, and you can find it in the Holy Quran, in those verses. Okay. A small trick. How many faces you can see here? 6 faces, mashallah, good. How many faces? 9. Oh, mashallah, good. You can see well. 6, only 6, 5, 9, 14. MashaAllah. How many? She's busy counting. How many? 7. Okay, shall we count now? 8. Here. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And who said 9? You said 9. He deserves 10. Can we find another? Here, here, this here. Is there? Bottom left. Here or here? Yeah, we counted this. I think there are 9 or 10. Where is the 10th? This one? No? This one. Okay, we'll go both of you. I didn't see it. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam time is we have and we should finish here at what time? 12. Okay, we conclude 12, 12:30. Because the Sheikh told me 12:30. Prophet Muhammad ﷺ was the holding the message of Islam ﷺ. We will take just parts of his life. It's full biography. But when we imagine that Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, who is very kind, very loving, very caring to his wife. He would agree with his wife for everything with her, what she wishes. If she drinks a cup, he will drink from the same place. If she eats meat, he will eat from the same place. He would give her to eat. This is a life and traits of Romans. Peace be upon him, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We will prove that this prophet is not a terrorist, as some people would envisage him or portray him in the media. He's so kind, so compassionate, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. His grandsons, granddaughters, he loved them very much, caring for them. He used to carry Umama, the daughter of his daughter Zainab. Even when he's making salah, he would carry her. When he makes sujood, he would put her on the ground. He comes out and he grab her. Therefore it's sunnah for the sisters to take your crying baby with you when you make salah. Why? Because Allah knows that the child loves his mother. If he's away half a meter, he would cry. He wants to feel secure. He wants to be touched, hugged, grabbed. Therefore you should grab him. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala would look after even the psychology of the baby, psychology of the children. This is Islam. Islam is the religion of mercy. Prophet Muhammad ﷺ was sent as a mercy to human beings. Allah mentioned in the Quran, وَمَا أَرْسَلْنَاكَ إِلَّا رَحْمَةً لِلْعَالَمِينَ. We send you but a mercy for all human beings. It's a mercy for all human beings. Therefore, Nabi Muhammad ﷺ was not showing anger or he's a terrorist. No, Hasha Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. He's away from that. He's all compassionate with all people whom he meets. With his companions, he was so humble, very humble amongst his companions. No sense of arrogance. He wasn't arrogant. When a visitor comes outside of the city, he would come, he doesn't know him. He's not sitting in a chair like a king. When a visitor comes, he would see, where is Muhammad? He doesn't know. They say, here is Muhammad. Because he's like his companions. He wears like them. He's one of them. He's not a king. He was very humble, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He doesn't accept and let anyone would walk behind him, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He would eat and wear the same like his slaves and servants, the same. He would attend their funerals, their invitations. He would accept them all. Sometimes a small daughter or girl would ask him, he would go after her to answer her questions. These are some of the main interests of Nabi Muhammad ﷺ that are found nowadays, but Islam looked after them 1,400 years ago. Paying attention to environment and kind to animals and giving women the rights she needs and treatment of children very well and treating non-Muslims in a good way. These are 1,400 years before United Nations, before Geneva Conventions, when they start acknowledging women, when some Christians recently they just acknowledged the rights of women. Before the Jews they said, women, are they devil or human being? They don't acknowledge women. The Jews, they don't drink with women when she is at menstruation or her period. They consider her unclean. But Nabi Muhammad sallam would take bath with Aisha radiallahu anha, would eat to the same place. Even when she is in her period, he would sleep on her leg. She would comb his hair, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Loving and caring, respecting women, and giving them a good status. She did not ever dreamt of, but Islam gave her this right. The real rights, it's not human rights or women's right as they say, to liberate women, to take their scarf and to be naked. It's not, these are not the rights. This is the right of approaching women. But the real rights are her rights for marriage, her rights for being wealthy, for work, for education, for having children, her rights after divorce. Allah guaranteed her everything. It is mentioned in Quran. The rights of the children when they are babies, the right of feed breasting, it's mentioned in Quran. Why? Because it's very important. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala doesn't want the weak to be lost. Because at the time of divorce, people will have quarrel and problems and the children will be lost. But Allah mentioned in Surah Al-Baqarah, the second chapter, the longest chapter, the details of how to protect the child when he is 1 year old, he needs his mother to be fed breastfeed. Allah looked after that. والوالدات يرضعن أولادهن حولين كاملين لمن أراد أن يتم الرضاعة وعلى المولود له رزقهن وكسوتهن بالمعروف. It's a long ayah. Talks about the period of breastfeeding, 2 years. And the father should give expenses. If a time of divorce, the mother should give him feed breasting, but the father should give them money. If not, if the mother refuses, they should choose another woman to give him milk, but the father should give him the money. It's mentioned in details. Why? Because he's weak. Therefore, some philosophers say, if you want to judge about a law or a religion, look how they treat the people when they are weak. Children are weak. The elderly are weak. The beautiful woman, everybody is looking after her. But when she's old, over 50, 60, 70, very old, nobody looks after her. Islam compels you to look after her. If she's your mother, your sister, you have to look after her. This is how Islam is built. Therefore, Islam always focuses on the weak people. This is the religion of mercy. As Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, we haven't sent you but a mercy to humankind. Stand up, please, all. Stand up. There's an exercise in breathing. Sometimes we breathe only from the stomach. Try to breathe from your breast, chest. If you breathe from your chest, you take a lot of oxygen. And if you want to sleep at night, try to breathe as much as you can. Then you take it out 3 times and you feel dizzy, because a lot of oxygen will come to your brain and you relax. Sit down, thank you. Just to motivate you. Another example of how Prophet Muhammad ﷺ looked after the environment and how he encouraged people to plant trees. A famous hadith saying of the Prophet ﷺ. Can you read, please? Yeah, please. Or raise up your voice. Reward. You see, when you have a farm, don't worry. Birds will eat from it. It will be charity for you. Don't fight those birds. It will be charity for you. Muslims are friends with the environment. When a needy person comes and eat, it's okay. It's a charity for you. But it's not permissible for him to take a basket of food. Just eat in his stomach to his full. This is his right. It will be charity for you. Birds, animal, or a man comes to eat. They say that is in China that they have a huge and large crops of rice. The sparrows, you know sparrow? Small bird. They come and eat the rice. At the end of the year, it will be 3% less and deducted from the crops. They said we need all for us. They put poison round the crops and the farms. The sparrows came and eat that rice. They died. At the end of the year, they found that 15% was deducted, was gone. They said, why? Because the sparrows eat little rice and eat the sperms and the insects that affect the rice. Therefore, man should not intervene in the creation of Allah and the balance. If we intervene, it will be a problem. A Muslim is a friend of the whole environment. Whatever they eat, just make small pesticides, but don't kill others or birds. You will change the balance that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made it in this universe. Also another hadith that would also encourage people to work and give. Even if the hour comes, you should plant whatever you have. This is how we should also look after ourselves and to remove harm from the way from Muslims or pedestrians, maintaining the way, putting out fire before we sleep, not letting dioxide comes out to destroy oxygen, or we destroy the jungles. Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said, before you sleep, put off the fire. Don't let the fire on. We should not urinate in the way or under shades of trees, or people can benefit from that place. We should not. We should go. This is before toilets. They go in the desert. This is the sunnah of the Prophet. They go very far away from people. Another trick. Quickly, how many? 6. The sisters, how many? 8. MashaAllah. 8. Eight, 9, or 10. Any figure? You said how much? You said how many? 10. And you? How much you said? How many? 9. I think they are 10. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, 10. Okay, from the previous one and that one, we should not judge people from the first time, from the first picture. Just wait. Let them talk and don't give your judgment. Don't jump to the conclusion. Give time. After a while you'll see. The first you see just a tree, an old tree, dry tree. But after a while you see one face, 2 faces, 3 faces, 9, 10 faces. You see, you need to be patient. And this is the sunnah of the Prophet. He would give time to the people to talk, and he would listen patiently, even if they are non-Muslims, and telling him to leave Islam. They came to him and told him, leave Islam, we will give you money, we'll give you beautiful girl, we'll make you a king of the city of Mecca. If you are sick, having black magic or sorcery, we'll bring you medicine. And he is listening. He's listening until he finishes. He said, did you finish? He said, yes. He said, okay, listen from me now. And the other person who's non-Muslim started listening because he listened to him. Therefore, don't jump to the conclusion. This story is also mentioned in Quran when they came bargaining with Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Another story, how Nabi Muhammad sallam, it's a long story, how he cared for animals. See, all these animals are mentioned. This is what is it? Ayab. This is Malay. Yam? Ayam. This one. Sheep. Small bird, chicks. Ayam. Two ayam are quarreling. This is haram in Islam. They put knife here and they are fighting, roosters. Nabi Muhammad sallam, it is haram to let them fight. Or sheep or goats, let them fight. He protected the rights of animal. Even if you want to slaughter them well with a sharp knife. Not let them fight the agonies of death. This is Prophet Muhammad sallam, how he cared. He saw some children aiming to a ram. Nabi Muhammad sallam said, don't harm that poor animal. Sallallahu a lady, a woman, took a small kitten, put it in a room and locked it up. The kitten died. Allah gave her tortured that lady because she did not let that cat go out or give her food or something to drink. This dog, not this dog, but I mean a dog, saw a lady, she was thirsty. That lady took a water from the well in her shoe and gave it to that thirsty dog. That dog started drinking until he was full. Allah forgive her sins. Or a man, a lady or a man in the narrations of the hadith. The companions of Prophet Muhammad sallam asked the Prophet, do we have a reward in the animals? Says Nabi Muhammad sallam said, yes, in every creature, in every living human beings or creature, there is a sadaqah, a charity if you helped him. Therefore, it's a sadaqah for you if you help animals, pigeons, you put water for them or seeds for them to eat. Nabi Muhammad sallam also forbid invoking them to fight each other, as he Muhammad sallam. Once he told Aisha radiallahu anha not to train the camel very harshly until he was tired. He said, be kind, Aisha sallallahu alayhi wasallam. And there are some also. It's also a long lecture, we can go on, but this is just this is what is it? This is about women in Islam. We conclude with this. Women came to the Prophet ﷺ. He said, all the Quran is talking about men. Or who you believe. The masculine pronoun for men in the Quran. What about us for ladies and sisters? Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent down this verse. That everything that happens for men, it applies for women. They are equal. This is equality. Unless it is special for women. Women are slightly weak. Allah regarded this and gave her dignity and said to men, you have to support women and give them their expenses. Therefore, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, إن المسلمين والمسلمات والمؤمنين والمؤمنات to the end of the ayah. The Muslims men and the Muslim women, the believing men and the believing women are all traits and descriptions are the same. Therefore, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala decided that this is the right of women, and this is 100 years back. 1,400 years back, Allah gave her dignity and gave her rights before women's rights in the 19th century or 20th century. Okay, hope I presented something about the biography of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. If you have any question, please go on. 3 questions. Oh, mashallah, you'll take time. Yeah. Aisha will come here, but we don't have time. Aisha, some narrations it's at the age of 9 or at the age of 18. But if it is at the age of 9, some at that time in the desert, they get at the age of puberty so early. It's so hot there. The second thing, it is accepted as a norm in the tribe of Quraysh and some Arabs. If it is a problem, the first people who will face Muhammad and they'll find it a matter of media, bad media against Muhammad, who? The people of Quraysh. But they did not say anything. What does that mean? It is accepted at their time. Therefore, in every time there are some norms and some habits are accepted by law. In some areas, in Yemen for example, they marry at the age of 10, 12. He's at the age of 18 and he's a grandfather, for example. Or 25 and he's a grandfather. They marry so quickly and it is accepted. In Egypt, at the age of 35, for example. It depends on the age. Therefore, his enemies, the people of Quraysh, did not say anything about him. If they found it a mistake, they would find it an article of media. They would attack him. In Germany, after World War II, men were killed in the war. Therefore, they let men marry 4 and 5. They changed the law. They want more because a lot of women and few men. It depends. Yeah. Any question before we go on back? Any questions from the sisters? Because he got 3 questions. Yes, second question quickly. This is general advice. We should not make ourselves busy with that. Some people say this opinion and some people this opinion. It is not part of pillars of Islam or pillars of Iman. These are the main things. In Quran, there are no focus on trivial things or details that you don't need. The dog in the cave, for example, in Surah Al-Kahf. What is the color of the dog? What's the age of the dog? It's not important. Therefore, some important issues are not important. Some people say it's in the hell. Some people say he didn't witness the da'wah or iman. Therefore, Allah will question him at the day of judgment. Yani, yeah, please, sister.
Are we allowed to have dogs as pets or dogs?
No, as pets, no.
As pets, no.
As pets, no, because it's not unclean. Unless you need the dog for a guard or a watch.
A guard or watch, so we
or
can...
and shepherd, as a shepherd, helping a shepherd. for the goats and the sheep
Uh-huh.
to help, and you isolate him, you give him his food, and everything is separate. Yeah, but at home it's not clean. The malaika will not enter your house
Yeah.
if the dog is in your house.
So we cannot keep them inside of a
Yeah.
house, but at the gate, or
At the gate.
Oh, okay.
At the gate.
Uh-huh.
Because the Prophet Muhammad sallam, Jibreel stopped from coming to Muhammad for a while. And Muhammad, when he went out, Jibreel came, he said, a small dog is under your bed. I cannot enter a house while a dog is there.
But we still need to be kind to dogs too,
Yeah,
right?
there's something else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, it's
You should
clear.
be kind to the dog, help him, give him food.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the saliva of the dog is not clean.
Okay. Okay, that's very clear. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Jazakallah.
Sheikh. Bismillah. Assalamu alaikum. I would like to ask about how we are supposed to understand the belief in qada wal qadar. Could you explain a bit more on that?
Yeah. Do you have time, Sheikh? So. Huh? لا شوي. The qada and the qadar, a lot of Muslim scholars, they have problems with that. But we should know that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wrote everything and prescribed everything beforehand. But Allah gave us the choice to choose. Sometimes Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala prescribed something and He prescribed to change it. But our minds cannot understand the details of this. And you go deep, you will be lost. What is this? What is the theme, premises, the judgment? You don't go deep in that. Some Muslim scholars, after time al-Bukhari and Naysaburi, when they go deep in that, they were bewildered, complications. And when they died, they said, "Oh Allah, I die with the creed and the iman of the old ladies of Naysabur, with their iman. I don't want to go deep in that," they say that, because they regret the going deep in that. But it is qadar from Allah. Allah prescribed everything, wrote everything in before, 50,000 years before. Allah created the heavens and the earth, put everything for us. In addition, we have the choice. Bad and good, it's in front of you. You have the choice. Sometimes some ulama say that maybe Allah described that Ali will be bad. But Ali would do a lot of good deeds, a lot of ibadah, a lot being good to his parents. Allah prescribed that he will be also doing this, and he will be a good person and go to Jannah. But this issue is very difficult. Don't go deep. Just believe in that Allah prescribed everything. If you go deep, it will be a problem. Our minds cannot control this or go beyond this. This wall, can you see behind this? Your flesh, can you see inside? The X-ray can see inside. You know the X-ray? Can see inside. But we cannot. Now, we cannot see jinn, but they are around us. Some Muslim jinn are coming and listening, but we cannot see them. In Jannah, we will see them and they cannot see us. This is limit. When you die, before you die, 5 minutes or 10 minutes before you die, your eyesight will see everything. You will see the malaika. You see everything, but it's too late. You cannot talk. Khalas, finish. In Surah Qaf, Allah mentioned, فَبَصَرُكَ الْيَوْمَ حَدِيد. Your eyesight is very strong, you can see everything now. But now it's the last moment of your life. You can see the angels, you can see the angels coming. Therefore, believers, when see the angels coming, they are happy. And they smile. When see the angels of torture, some believers and non-believers would be frightened, but it's too late for them. This is the unseen. Therefore, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala praised الَّذِينَ يُؤْمِنُونَ بِالْغَيْبِ. In Surah Al-Baqarah, the first 5 ayats, Allah praised those who believe in the unseen. Have we seen Muhammad? Peace be upon him. But we believe in him. Just we saw Quran. This is Quran. Nabi Muhammad ﷺ said, a people after me will come and see a book and believe in it without seeing me. This is the unseen. Whatever you see, this is seen. The unseen, something you can't see but you believe in. Do you see the air? No, we can't see it, but we breathe it. This is the limit of the brain. Therefore, that's it. It's not like Christians. They say don't ask about three and Trinity. No, it's not. We stop you to think. We don't stop you to think. But this issue, especially, it's very difficult. Even scholars. Nabi Muhammad ﷺ said, "Did not ask. Just believe in it. Don't go deep in that." Jazakumullah khair for listening. I hope I didn't make it long for you. I hope it is beneficial, inshallah. We enjoyed some of the biography of Nabi Muhammad sallam. Jazakumullah khair for listening. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala increase our iman and increase our knowledge and make the way for seeking knowledge is easy for all of us. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make the path easy leading to the Jannah and paradise by Allah's will. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to protect us all, to protect all our families and progenies, and make all them be raised in Islamic environment and a good environment. And we conclude our life with a good conclusion and a good khatimah. Jazakumullah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Just to inform you, there's food outside, so there's lots of food. So please stay and have something to eat first before you go.